All right, good morning. Here we are at the Candelaria Design Monogram Appliance Kitchen in Scottsdale, Arizona. We're back here at Scottsdale Fashion Square. We're safe. We're in good.
We have friends.
We have friends. We have bodyguards. So we're ready. Anything can happen. We got it. We're ready, right?
Yeah, it's awesome.
So in our house today, we've got, of course, my daughter Tiffany, who not always, but pretty much joins me in the kitchen all the time. And we've got Matt Grove, who is one of our top project managers in our office, and his good friend Sean Murphy. And then over here, we've got my first client ever from Candelaria Design from 1999, Patrick J. Murphy.
Pleasure to be here.
Right? And then we've got Jeff Ennis, who's an architect and part of our team here at Candelaria Design. And of course, me. Your ArchiChef, hashtag ArchiChef. We just got the archichef.com domain now, so we're going to do some fun stuff with that, so get ready for that. So hashtag ArchiChef. Okay, so this is our Father's Day special today. We do have a few fathers in the house. We got 3 of them right here. Okay. We got some in the making. Don't tell us. Your stories stay over there. And then I want to say a special Father's Day, happy Father's Day to my father, Donald Candelaria, who was going to be here, but because of the COVID cases rising again, he chose to stay home. And I just want to say hi, Dad. I know you're going to be watching, so love you, wish you were here, and hopefully we can get together pretty soon. So,
love you, miss you.
All right, well, you guys get comfortable. Today we are going to make my short ribs, and we make it in the InstantPot. So again, this is something you can do really easy. I've made the short ribs the old-fashioned way, where it's like 3-4 hours in the, in a big cast iron Dutch oven.
We've done that a lot before the InstantPot became famous.
And so the InstantPot is an amazing device. I love it. I use it all the time. And so we're going to show you how to make these.
He has like 5 of them.
I do have 5 of them now. I got my 2 Traegers, my 5 InstantPots. It's like just a big old happy family at my house. Okay, so we got some great short ribs here that we picked up at AJ's this morning. We're going to make these in about 45 minutes. Okay, that's what's so nice about the InstantPot. It's like so fast.
Instant.
Yeah, so the short ribs are pretty tough, and you got to cook them down, and that's why they have to cook for a long time. We've got some sliced mushrooms, some sliced onions, and we're going to add a little bourbon to these babies. Okay? And to tide over my audience, we've got some fantastic Bloody Marys. Toast, guys. Cheers. Cheers.
Made by Matt and Sean.
Matt and Sean brought the Bloody Mary bar in this morning. How nice was that, right? All right, so let's get started here. So the first thing we want to do is get a little salt on these ribs. And my salt is right there. There you go. So go ahead and salt them up. You can be pretty generous on the salt. Yeah, that's good. Let's get the other side. Okay. So what's nice about the InstantPot, like these short ribs aren't that expensive either. So they're I just think they're fantastic.
Oh my gosh, we love short ribs. That's why these are our Father's Day edition.
So these are bone in.
He loves making them, and we love eating them.
Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do on the InstantPot is hit the saute button. And the saute button is basically we're going to brown these short ribs just like you normally do. And I usually use olive oil, but I found that this avocado oil has a higher burn point. And so I've been switching to avocado oil. We'll get that nice and hot. We get a good sear on these short ribs. And what you want to do is you want to get a nice brown on them. Because then when you eat them later, they'll have that nice crunchy, caramelized flavor to it, okay? So let's let that warm up. Meanwhile, the other things we're going to add to our short ribs today are our sweet potatoes with green chili. We're going to mash them and add the green chili. We got some sour cream that goes in, some butter, of course. You gotta have some butter. But these are giant. Jeff Ennis peeled all these little suckers today, and it was a job. And these things are about this big, weren't they? So he peeled them all and cubed them up for us. We've got some hot water over here boiling. So we're just gonna add these to the hot water.
I thought we were
and we'll
supposed to
cook
put those
these down
back
for
on.
about 15 minutes. We're gonna get them nice and soft. So this is just hot water, no salt, nothing in there, just hot water. Yeah. All right, so these sweet potatoes are just gonna sit in here and boil away, okay? Our oil here is getting hot, so we can start to put those short ribs in. Okay? And they're right here. And the thing on this too, when you braise, not braise them, when you brown them, you don't want to crowd it. You want to just like do 3 at a time. So we got 6 of them here.
Okay, so 3 at a time.
So we'll do 3 at a time.
And you're gonna flip them on every direction, so it doesn't matter what
Yeah.
side, because we are getting all the sides.
Yeah. So we'll get those, let those go, and then the other thing that we're going to make is our honey glazed carrots. So we've got the carrots here, and I like these big whole ones, the little minis with a little bit of the stem. I just think the color looks cool.
Yeah, and they look more organic.
Yeah, and they're already kind of pre-peeled and everything. You buy them at AJ's in a little bag, so it's really super easy. So what I do is just coat them with a little olive oil. Okay, mix this all up so they all get a nice coating of olive oil on them. And then I roast them in the oven for about a half hour or so. You want to make sure they're kind of, you don't want them to get mushy. You want them to be still crispy, because then we're ultimately going to pan fry them on the stove with some honey, brown sugar. I mean, you can go crazy with that. You can throw some bourbon in there too. We can put bourbon in everything today. So. Get our carrots. Want to get them kind of nice and even so they all cook evenly. And again, you want these kind of just fork tender. You don't want them too mushy. You want them still crisp, because when you put them in the pan, you can dial in the doneness in the pan. Okay? So you really don't have to season them or do anything with them, because we're going to add all kinds of seasoning later. So pop those in there and let those do their thing. So okay, so I've got some beautiful hatch green chilies here that are going to go into our sweet potatoes, mashed sweet potatoes. So what I do is just go here on my luxury George Foreman grill, okay, and just let these babies get a nice char. And then what we'll do is we'll put them in a Ziploc bag, steam them, and then peel them, cut them up, and then we'll add them to the mashed potatoes, okay? And so the sweet potatoes are great because they got that sweetness that a normal potato doesn't have. And then you add the green chili to it. It's a really great balance. So this is the batch of short ribs we made this morning. Okay, these are cooked for 45 minutes and they're done now. So they're just going to stay on the warm cycle. And when we plate all this stuff together, we'll open this and you can see what we're doing over here, how they come. So come check out how these brown. I think these are almost browned up.
Well, I did the bone side first, so
Yep.
the other side will take a bit more. We also do an alternate version on our website. Our recipe calls for wine instead, and that's just because it's a gluten-free version.
Yeah, the
Isabel
bourbon has gluten.
is gluten-free, his wife, so we make everything gluten-free at home for her.
Okay, so with our drippings in here now, what we're going to do is we sliced up one onion, okay? And again, it doesn't matter; it's all going to cook down. So you just want that acid of the onion. So put that in there. We're going to deglaze the pot.
The bourbon.
So we got the onion. Gonna cook this down a little bit. So one onion. Keep this on the saute function. We're going to add a 1/3 cup of bourbon. Okay, add that in. Okay, so here's where we need smell-o-vision again. This smells so good. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is deglaze this. I want to get all these little brown bits from the short ribs that kind of stuck to the bottom of the pan and get that into my juice here. So to this, we're going to add some paprika, some cayenne.
Here you are.
We got that. We're going to add some, we're going to add the mushrooms. I got some garlic I need to clean up here. Let's get that ready.
Okay.
That bourbon does smell good.
I can still smell it. Alright, so now that the onions have simmered a bit, we're gonna add the short ribs and then we're gonna change the function to pressure cook.
Got that in. Now we'll add some paprika. think it's about a tablespoon or so. You can check out the recipe. I like to put in a little cayenne pepper for a little kick. So about a teaspoon of that. Okay. Then we add a cup of beef broth. Get that in there. Then we can add our garlic. Got 6 cloves of garlic. We're going to add some fresh thyme. Okay, and then we'll throw our mushrooms on top. Just sliced up a box of mushrooms. And I don't know if that's in my recipe or not, but I like to add the mushrooms. I think the mushrooms just give this whole thing a great look and a great texture. Then you can add a little more salt and pepper.
And the short rib recipe's on the website. It's called braised short ribs with risotto. So that's the complete recipe on the website. And then we have another separate recipe for the sweet potatoes with green chili. So those are side by side online.
And then 3 tablespoons of balsamic vinegar. We got all the goodies in there. Okay. Put the lid on. Make sure this is on the part that's not released. It's closed.
Yeah, if you're not familiar with InstantPot.
Then we're going to pressure cook for 45 minutes. Okay, and that's it. Okay, so these potatoes are done. They've cooked for almost a half hour. So they're plenty soft. I just checked them with a fork. So they're nice. They're nice and fork tender. Okay, so these are.
An intuition.
They can cook a little more.
Okay.
So we already made some of these, but basically you want to get a nice blister on these. And then we're going to put them in this Ziploc bag.
And if you don't have one of the panini presses or a George Foreman, you can just put it on the stove and flip them.
Yep, or on your barbecue.
Yeah.
Either way. Okay, so now we're going to put these in a bag, let them steam. Like I said, we've already chopped some up, so that's basically how you get those done. Zip them up and just let them sit. So that's all finished. Use that, I'm going to start on the carrots. Just keep it mashed.
Yeah, you can just go. Go for it.
There we go, you guys are mashing. Are they pretty soft? Yeah. They should be really soft. The butter's the hardest. Yeah. So these are just still a little, they're not mushy, they're just perfect. And we're gonna fry those in that butter. Saute them. Okay, we're gonna add a little brown sugar. About 1/3 of a cup. Okay, we're gonna add some honey.
It's 10:40.
Yeah, we're good. We're almost ready to serve. Here's the batch that we made earlier today. This has already got the green chilies mixed in.
See,
So those are ready to go.
green
So we're going to
chili.
plate up here. Ready? I love that sound. Ooh. You can see how they've all pulled off from the bone. I mean, that one completely pulled off from the bone.
The smell.
So that's so good. So what you can do is you can pull this all out, leave the juice, and then what I do sometimes then is get some cornstarch and thicken it, turn it into a gravy, and then just let it reduce. And you can always toss a little more bourbon in there if you want. Let it reduce down, and then just use it as a gravy topping on the top. So that's another way to kind of finish it off.
Here.
It's okay.
Wow, one completely fell off the bone. There's just a bone in here.
There you go.
That's how amazing.
You got the carrots with the thyme, the honey glaze, brown sugar. You got the mashed sweet potatoes. We put some of the juice in. We got the short rib with the mushrooms. And we got it, guys. That's it. Let's put a little juice on the potatoes.
Wow.
There you go, guys. Thanks again.